Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the new manager of our company, a man with a kind heart, loyalty beyond question, and the most outstanding performance this year, John. The entire room clapped loudly. Balloons floated above, and a big banner behind the stage read, "Congratulations, John." John smiled proudly, straightened his new suit, and walked toward the podium. Cameras clicked, phones were raised, people whistled and cheered. Some even wiped their eyes with tissues. The HR manager was already holding the company plaque in her hands. "John, this company owes you everything. You have inspired us with your good behavior, your kindness." Suddenly, a deep, broken voice from the back shouted, "Stop that immediately!" Everyone froze. Heads turned. Whispers filled the room. Standing at the entrance was a dirty old man, barefoot, his clothes torn, and a deep cut on his cheek. His face was bruised. He looked like he hadn't eaten in days. Gasps filled the room. "He is not worthy of this award. In fact, this man is wicked and evil. He should be fired, not promoted." Security rushed forward, but the old man lifted his hand. "Don't touch me. Let me speak. Everyone needs to know the truth about John." You're probably wondering, who is this homeless man, and why is he ruining John's big day? Well, that homeless man is not who he appears to be. And John is not the kind-hearted angel everyone thinks he is. Let's rewind. Let's go back to 1 week earlier when the real story began. The sun was just rising over the city. Cars moved slowly through the morning traffic. At the front gate of GR Holdings, one of the top companies in the country, a dirty old man sat on a cardboard box beside the security post. He looked weak, tired, and hungry. His beard was rough. His hands shook as he held a small sign. "Please help me. I haven't eaten in 2 days." Some staff walked past him. A few looked away. One woman in a blue dress dropped a banana beside him and kept walking. Others acted like he didn't even exist. But then, a sharp voice cut through the air. "Ugh, get this trash out of the way!" It was John, wearing his usual black shirt, shiny shoes, and a cup of hot coffee in his hand. He walked right up to the old man. "Who allowed this mess to sit in front of our gate?" he yelled, looking at the security guard. I don't know, sir," the guard stammered. "He came early. We didn't want to use force." John didn't wait. He kicked the box, spilling the man's little bag of peanuts across the ground. "Get out of here, old man. You think you'll get money by sitting here looking pathetic? You stink." The man winced but said nothing. He tried to gather his peanuts, but John stomped on them with his expensive shoes. "Next time, security, don't let people like this pollute our company." He walked off, leaving the man sitting in silence, tears in his eyes. But what no one knew was that the homeless man was Mr. Gray, the CEO and owner of the company. He had been away for 6 months. No one had seen him. Rumors said he was overseas for surgery. But he was actually testing something. He wanted to know how his workers treated strangers, especially the weakest ones. And John, the rising star of the company, had just failed the test in the worst possible way. Later that day, everyone in the company was talking. "Did you see the homeless man at the gate? John was so harsh to him. I know he's our best staff, but still. Maybe John was just having a bad day." John, however, was glowing. He smiled at everyone, gave fake compliments, and sent a message to the HR manager. "Just a reminder, I hope my promotion is still happening next week." That evening, Mr. Gray watched the CCTV footage in silence. Every moment, every word, every kick. He closed the laptop and whispered, "Now I know the truth." Gasps echoed through the conference room. John took a step back. His lips moved, but no sound came out. The man standing before him, dirty clothes, bruised face, barefoot, was now removing a hidden mask from under his fake beard. He pulled off the wig, and then he put on a pair of gold-rimmed glasses. It was him, Mr. Gray, the CEO, the billionaire, the man they hadn't seen in 6 months. The entire room was frozen in silence. "Security, please lock the doors," Mr. Gray said calmly. 2 guards closed the doors with a loud click. Nobody could leave. "Now, let me show you all who John really is," Mr. Gray said, turning to the projector screen. John's face turned pale. "Sir, wait, there's been a misunderstanding," he stammered. But Mr. Gray raised one finger. "Quiet." He picked up the remote and clicked a button. The screen lit up. A video played. It showed the front gate of the company. The old homeless man, Mr. Gray in disguise, sat on the ground, weak and silent. Then came the moment. John entered the screen. His face clear, his voice loud. The crowd watched in horror as he kicked the box, stepped on the peanuts, and shouted insults. "Get out of here, you piece of trash!" People gasped. Some put their hands over their mouths. A few looked away. John stood there, sweating. He tried to speak, but his mouth was dry. The video ended. Silence. Then Mr. Gray spoke. This is the man you wanted to promote? This is the man you called kind? A role model?" "Sir," John cried out, "I didn't know it was you. I thought you were just..." "Just what?" Mr. Gray interrupted. "Just a poor man? Just someone who didn't matter?" John looked around. Every eye in the room was on him. The same people who cheered for him minutes ago now stared with anger, disgust, or disappointment. "I have worked hard for this company," John shouted, his voice shaking. "I stayed late. I beat every sales target. I don't deserve this humiliation." Mr. Gray stepped closer, his eyes sharp. "You worked hard, yes, but working hard without compassion makes you dangerous. You had power, John, and you used it to crush someone you thought was beneath you." John clenched his fists. "You tricked me." "No," Mr. Gray replied. "You exposed yourself." He turned back to the staff. "For the past 6 months, I've been watching from afar. I sent letters, tested systems. I even sent an intern to work here secretly to observe your behavior." Another gasp. "Do you remember Io, the shy intern from 2 weeks ago?" Mr. Gray asked. Heads nodded. "Well, she's not an intern. She's my niece." Murmurs swept the room. John nearly collapsed into a chair. "But not everything was bad," Mr. Gray continued. "I saw light in the darkness." He picked up another envelope from the table. "This is a bonus check for $10,000 and a letter of recommendation." The staff leaned in. Mr. Gray turned to the back of the room. "Please come forward, Gloria." Everyone turned to see Gloria, the soft-spoken cleaner, walking shyly toward the front. She was holding the banana peel John had kicked earlier. She was holding the banana peel John had kicked earlier. I didn't do much, she said quietly. Just gave him something to eat. Mr. Gray smiled. And that's exactly the point. The room erupted in applause. Tears rolled down Gloria's cheeks as she accepted the envelope. John tried to walk away quietly, but Mr. Gray's voice stopped him. One more thing, John. John froze. I gave you a chance. You failed. He pulled out another envelope. This was your promotion letter. It's now been shredded. He dropped the torn pieces onto the floor. And, as of today, you are suspended. Everyone turned. Mr. Gray looked at the person sitting beside him. It was Mrs. Taylor, the head of Human Resources. She stiffened in her chair. What are you talking about, Derek? Mr. Gray asked slowly. Derek walked forward, trembling slightly, but his voice grew stronger with each word. I didn't say anything before because I was scared. But if you want to know the full truth, you need to know what Mrs. Taylor did behind your back. The room went quiet again. Even John, sitting on the floor, looked up in confusion. Derek held up a flash drive. She's been covering for the worst staff. She manipulates records, buries complaints, and chooses promotions based on bribes, not merit. Mrs. Taylor's eyes widened. That's a lie. Mr. Gray raised his hand. Let him speak. Derek plugged the flash drive into the projector. A folder popped up. HR Surveillance, Confidential Evidence. He clicked on a video file. It showed Mrs. Taylor in her office, stuffing envelopes of money into her drawer. In another video, she was speaking to John. You'll get the promotion, John. Just keep acting like the perfect guy. I've already deleted 2 reports about your behavior. Gasps again. Someone in the back shouted, I knew it. Mrs. Taylor stood up angrily. This is illegal. You can't record me like that. Mr. Gray replied, but you did everything illegally first. And Derek didn't place these cameras. I did. She froze. I planted secret surveillance in 3 departments during my 6-month break, Mr. Gray said coldly. I needed to see who was loyal and who was corrupt. Mrs. Taylor slumped back into her seat. Mr. Gray looked around the room. In this company, he said firmly, we rise by kindness, not cruelty, by honesty, not deception. He pressed a button on his phone. Security entered the room. Escort Mrs. Taylor and John to the legal team. They'll need to answer some very serious questions. The guards took them both. John screamed, This isn't over. Mrs. Taylor muttered, I made this company strong. I was protecting it. Mr. Gray didn't even look at them. As they were led out, the staff sat in stunned silence. Then he turned to Derek. You were brave today, he said. You could have kept quiet, but you didn't. Derek looked down, overwhelmed. I just wanted to do the right thing, sir. You did, Mr. Gray said, which is why you're now the new manager. The room erupted in cheers. Tears ran down Derek's face. Mr. Gray wasn't done yet. He turned to Gloria, the cleaner who gave him food. And you reminded me of my mother. She used to clean houses to feed us. Because of your heart, I'm giving you a full scholarship. You'll never have to scrub another floor unless you want to. Gloria burst into tears. Thank you, sir, she whispered. Thank you so much. The company changed after that day. No more fake smiles. No more bullies in nice suits. Mr. Gray made sure kindness and truth were at the core of every decision. And as for John and Mrs. Taylor, They were never seen at the company again. But their story became a legend, a powerful lesson. You are only as great as how you treat the person who has nothing to offer you. And it all began with a billionaire sitting alone at a gate, pretending to be poor.